In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets on Sunday, March 16th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our March 16th NBA slate we got going on for Sunday. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Mets.ShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 9.6 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can go to a much broader audience. All right, now speaking about that Patreon, we had a solid yesterday. Looking at the Friday plays, we had our main parlay 5-leg hit. We had Pacers minus 9.5, Clippers money line, Orlando to cover, Rockets to cover, and Cavs to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. That came through, and then we had a secondary play with Clippers and Orlando Magic plus 11. All right, for the Saturday plays, it was up and down on this one here. A lot of these teams did not come through. Let me see if I can refresh it for you. Mainly the Auburn, Michigan State, that killed, and Maryland, that killed a lot of parlays here. So those plays didn't come through. We had UFC, Roman Dolidze came through, and we finished strong on the NBA with Golden State Warriors, Bulls to cover 10. Thunder was the top play. The two plays that did not come through were the Heat plus 8 and the Celtics crumbled. They did not cover that 9.5. All right, so if you guys want to continue and sign up for the winning plays here in the community that we have right now on the Patreon, if you want to get connected, remember it's in that link provided down below in the description. You click on that link, you're getting full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In American Airlines Center here, we have the Dallas Mavericks 33-35 going against the Philadelphia 76ers 22-44. Looking at the current odds for this game here, we have the Dallas Mavericks as home favorites minus 210 on the money line with the comeback of the Philadelphia 76ers at a plus 170. Point spread at a 5.5. Total points at 224.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 78% of the bets all over Dallas. But we have 55% of the money here. Sharps are on Philly in this spot. All right. For the point spread, 64% of the bets, 61% of money on Philly to cover the 5.5. And for the total points, 87% of the bets, 89% of the money towards the over 224.5. If we're looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, remember these teams are literally G League teams with all the injuries on both sides. No Tyrese Maxey, no Paul George, no Joel Embiid. On Philly and for Dallas, they have completely no centers, no Kyrie, no Anthony Davis as well, and it's just Klay Thompson. All right, so looking at the injury report, Adam Bona out, Lonnie Walker out, Tyrese Maxey out, Kyle Lowry out, Andre Drummond out, Kelly Oubre out. All right, starting 5 all gone. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Dallas Mavericks, Brandon Williams, game time decision, Caleb Martin, game time decision, Kai Jones, game time decision, Jaden Hardy, game time decision, and Dante Exum is out for the year with a broken wrist. All right, so these two teams here, it's a bum fight here, okay? And we have a discrepancy with the point spread. Why in the world are we giving the Mavericks 5.5 points? Why? These two teams are literally the same. The only, if you want to say Klay is the best player on the court, you can, but he's really washed up. as well. So this is pretty much an even fight for me. I'm all over the point spread with the 76ers here. And then you can, if you don't want to take, or you don't trust the point spread here, I would definitely take the point spread. But look at the total. I think both of these teams struggle to put points in the bucket here. There's no lead, elite A type star that's on the court here that's going to carry a team, even offensively. This is going to be some ugly, sloppy basketball, less efficiency. When you have stars, there's more efficiency, more points. There's no stars on here. All right. So there could be a lot of opportunities for rebounds, a lot of misses, low scoring type of environment. Give me the under 224.5. Just for an example, 76ers with a bunch of backups facing a high-paced Indiana Pacers team. You think they score more than 100 points. They just got to 100. All right. So that's my point exactly there. Give me the under on the total 224.5. Philly covers. In Crypto.com arena here, we have the LA Lakers 40-25 going up against the Phoenix Suns 31-26. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have the Lakers at home as favorites -170 with the comeback of the Suns at a +140. Point spread at a 3.5. Total points at 232.5. All right. Public bet percentage here, 83% of the bets, 78% of the money all over the Lakers. For the point spread, it's a little bit tighter here. 52% of the bets coming in on Lakers, but the sharps, 52% of the money coming in on Phoenix to cover that 3.5. For the total points, 84% of the bets, 85% of the money towards the over 232.5. All right, looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, Phoenix Suns, Grayson Allen is out. Was there one of the better three-point shooters? Monte Morris is a game-time decision, and Nick Richards, their center, is a game-time decision. For the LA Lakers, we have Gabe Vincent, Dalton Knecht, Jackson Hayes, and Dorian Finney-Smith, all game-time decisions. And Rory Hachimura is still out for another couple more days. All right, so Lakers could be getting back some key pieces here. Gabe Vincent, Dalton Knecht, Jackson Hayes, Dorian Finney-Smith, and obviously Luka Doncic most likely is going to play in this game as well. All right, so both of these teams have been struggling as of late. Suns winning 2 out of their last 5 games. They got a good win over the Kings, lost to Houston, Memphis, and then Denver. All right. They tried to play a little more inspired basketball, but still the Suns team is very, very inconsistent here. The Lakers on the other end, 4-game losing streak after the injury to LeBron James. Lost to Boston, lost to Milwaukee, lost to Denver. So of elite teams there. And then they lost to Brooklyn Nets. So that's not saying it's understandable, but without LeBron James, they're obviously were adjusting first game without him, and they lost to the Brooklyn Nets in that one. All right, so just to explain that particular game there, they've already faced 3 times this year between the Suns and the Lakers. The first one went to the Lakers. They covered the point spread. It went over 227.5. The second game was the Suns on the money line. Lakers covered, and it went under 229.5. And then for the third game, Suns won. Suns covered, and then it went under 235.5. So back-to-back games under. The last game was at 235.5. This total is at 232.5. And both of these defenses are very porous. Obviously, Suns don't play any defense at all. And then the Lakers are missing one of their catalysts, their leaders in LeBron James. And they've given up 131 points and 126 points in the last 2 games. And over 110 points in the last 4. All right, so that's concerning their Suns. They have been struggling. They gave up 111, 120, and then 116, and then 149 against the Denver Nuggets. So I expect a high-scoring environment here. It's going to be who's going to score the most points in this particular game. I don't see it's going to be some key defensive moments in the fourth quarter, but from first quarter to third quarter, we're going to see some major points here. That's the way that they kept it alive in that game against Denver for the Lakers. They were able to shoot themselves into that game. They're going to have to do that here against the Phoenix Suns and try to control the pace and control who's going to be able to win this game in that fourth quarter, right? So for the total, give me the over 232.5, and ultimately give me the Lakers on the money line. We're not going to play with the point spread. Let's keep it safe. Lakers finally get a win without LeBron, and then give me the over 232.5. In Rocket Arena here, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers 56-10 going against the Orlando Magic here 31-37. Looking at the current odds for this game here, we have the Cavaliers as a -500 at home with the comeback of the Magic at a +375. Point spread at a 10.5. Total points at 218.5. Public bet percentage 96% of the bets, 85% of the money all over Cleveland for the point spread. 72% of the bets, 69% of the money on Cleveland to cover the 10.5. And for the total points, 86% of the bets, 81% of the money towards the over 218.5. All right. Now, looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, Cole Anthony is going to be a game time decision. Jalen Suggs is going to be out for the year. Moritz Wagner is out for the year. And for Cleveland, we have some positive news. Evan Mobley is a game time decision, and Donovan Mitchell might be back here. He's a game time decision as well. So that's going to be two positives there for the Cleveland Cavaliers in this home game against the Magic, who they have dominated as of late. And they beat them already twice this year. Cavs won, Cavs covered. It went over 216.5 in the first one. In the second one, Cavs won, Cavs covered, and went under 218 in the second. And now they put that total right back at 218.5. Yet again, I'm going to go towards the over on this total here just because of how this Cavs team offensively has been playing. We're really just asking for the Magic to get to 100 points. As we've seen in that first matchup, it went over the total. Magic were able to get to over 100 points here. In Cleveland, every game, they're going to score around 110 to 130 every game, all right, or in that range. It depends how hot they're on fire here. And with Donovan Mitchell back in the mix here, I definitely like the Cleveland Cavaliers team total over. I think they handle business here, and I think they cover the number. I'm always going to post the 9.5. If we have a 10 or an 11 or a 12, take the 9.5. Okay, we've seen it time in and time out. Teams literally win by 10 points. All right, so take the -9.5 on the Cavaliers and give me the over on the total here at 218.5. We're seeing better offense here out of the Orlando Magic as well. They put up 113 against New Orleans, and then against Minnesota, they had a valiant effort. Almost won that game, fell short in the fourth, but scored 111 in that one here. I definitely like the Cavs offense in this one going up against this Orlando defense. In Target Center here, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves 39-29 going against the Utah Jazz 15-52. Looking at the current odds for this game here, Timberwolves big favorites -900 with the comeback of the Jazz at a +600. Point spread at a 13.5. Total points at 232.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 96% of the bets, 100% of the money all over Minnesota to win. For the point spread here, we have a lot of public and sharps on the side of Utah. 58% of the bets, 63% of the money on Utah that actually cover this number. And for the total points here, 82% of the bets, 82% of the money on the over 232.5. All right. Looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, we have some outs here yet again for the Utah Jazz. They're sitting Keontae George. They're sitting Jordan Clarkson. They're sitting John Collins as well. And Taylor Hendricks is out for the year. Minnesota is fully healthy right now, and they are on fire. Currently, they're on a 7-game winning streak here, and Utah's on an 8-game losing streak. All right, these two teams have already played. The first one went to the Jazz. They won, covered the 3.5, and went over 227.5. And then the second game went the way of the Timberwolves. They won, they covered the 5.5, and it went over 224.5. This particular number here is set at 232. If we're looking at the last 6 games, it has gone under this total 4 out of the last 6 games here. And that's mainly because this Utah Jazz team is not really regular for them to be scoring 113 and 117 points. All right. Usually they're in that 90 to low hundreds range. And then as you can see, the last 2 games, they had 118, 115, 108 against Boston. They've been putting up points in these games here, but I think they're going to struggle in Minnesota here, going up against the Timberwolves, who they had not very good history against them as well, losing 5 out of the last 6 games as well. So give me the under on the total of 232.5. I think this is going to be a blowout. And then we're going to always play it safe. The number's at 13.5. I think they cover it, but I'm going to be posting -9.5 for the Minnesota Timberwolves here. With all the outs, there's major concern here for the Utah Jazz, and the way that the Timberwolves are playing right now, they're on a whole nother level, getting ready for the playoffs here. So that's a complete sweep for the Wolves. Last but not least, in Pfizer form here, we have the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the OKC Thunder. Bucks are 38-28. Thunder is 55-12. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have the Thunder as road favorites here, -175 with the comeback of the Bucks at a +145. Point spread at a 4.5. Total at 232.5. Looking at the injury report here for both sides, OKC Thunder look like they're going to get everyone back here healthy. Lou Dort, Aaron Wiggins, Chet Holmgren, Asamoah Dang, and Jalen Williams, all game time decisions. They're trending in the right direction to play in this game here. And then for the Milwaukee Bucks, Bobby Portis is still out. All right. Bucks have struggled, but they've got a little bit hot here, winning back-to-back games against the Pacers and the Lakers. Before then, they lost 3 in a row. For the Thunder, they've been hot for a while now. Only blemish is the back-to-back series against Denver, where they lost one of those games. Other than that, they just handled Detroit, and this is the second game of back-to-back for the Thunder. But in non-conference games, the Thunder here on back-to-back rest here. So if there are no rest and against the spread, the OKC Thunder are 6-8 against the spread. All right, so not saying it's the end-all be-all in this particular spot here, but we might just want to lean towards the money line here. It's one of the cheaper money lines you can get for the Thunder, and this is a rare occasion here in this particular spot because of the Bucks being at home. Bucks have been playing a little bit better basketball as of right now. They already played against the Thunder earlier in the season, and that was a big butt kicking there. Thunder covered the 17.5, and the total went under 226.5 as well. So that Thunder defense showed up, held them under 100 points, and that's what you continue to see here with the Thunder here with their defense. All right, they held Portland to 89 points. They held Denver to 103. They held even the Boston Celtics to 112. That's a positive sign, and held the Pistons to 107. So not that many games we're seeing big blow up spots consistently. They're keeping guys around that 100 to even lower range, all right, depending on what team it is. All right, so for this particular spot here with the Thunder in the second game of back-to-back, I'm still going to stick with them in this spot here on the road. I think they're a far better team here, going up against the Bucks, who have been playing very inconsistent basketball. That game against Indiana, where they gave it away with that 4-point play, they handled the Lakers without Luka Doncic, and then against Indiana yet again, it came down to the wire where there could have been some critical mistakes, and luckily they weren't able to fall in that trap yet again, and they pulled away in that one. So both of these teams are here on no rest. So hold on, for the Milwaukee Bucks with no rest, let's see if they're even worse. Milwaukee Bucks is one of the worst teams in the league, all right? They're 3-9-1. That's a 25% hit rate against the spread. So we thought OKC Thunder was just under 50%. Milwaukee Bucks is at 25%. So this is going to be a complete sweep here. Give me the Thunder on the money line, Thunder to cover the 4.5, and for the total, give me the under 232.5 on the total in this particular game. Both teams with an equal disadvantage with no rest, okay? All right, so for our selections for Sunday, those are going to be our picks. Remember, if you guys want to sign up for the Patreon, or if you guys, first of all, if you want to comment down below, because we've been blowing it up in the comment section in the last couple days. So love, support, I don't care, criticism, it doesn't matter. I've been doing this for 5 years now, so it really doesn't matter, all right? And if you're concerned about my record, I post videos, so you can go back to the video if you want to. It's a record. The record's right there. All right, so don't forget, remember, description down below if you want to sign up for the Patreon for the Sunday plays. If you want the futures for March Madness and for the NBA Finals, that's in the description down below as well. Get connected. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes on 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon. Peace out.